Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
I'm calling to talk about the Quinshon Judkins arrest. Everybody wants to place it on Kevin and Andrew, but everybody doesn't understand that, yes, this team lacks leadership, but Kevin has talked about the standard, Andrew has talked about the standard, and also we have to understand that, yes, even though that they are NFL players and they know what they're getting themselves into, they're still young. Quinshon is younger than me. He still has room to grow, and he will learn from this. He will take his discipline, and I just think all Browns fans just need to calm down.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Let's welcome in Casey Kinnaman from the Orange and Brown Report, the All Eyes on Cleveland podcast, Barking Browns podcast. Case, I get what the caller's saying, but it's the third straight year where you've had a draft choice, and then you also had Devin Bush. We found out after the fact, so it's 4 in 3 years, and it's just, and I'm sure Andrew Berry feels the same way. It's like, can we get through a draft class and get into training camp where we don't have this kind of thing?
Absolutely. It's one thing if there are red flags and you take a chance on a guy and this ends up backfiring on you. That's not the case here at all. There were no red flags on this individual. Judkins went through the process. Everyone vouched for him. He was vetted. And you get to this process and then this happens. But at some point, and everyone's placed the blame on Andrew Berry or the lack of leadership in the locker room, all these things. Player accountability has to start. You have to, true character is what you do when you think nobody's watching you. You can do everything you guys expect of you on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, the locker rooms, and in your media availability. And everybody will think you're a good guy. But if that doesn't carry over into your personal life, and then eventually you get exposed, something like this happens. And I'm not even saying that's what happened here, because we have to let the legal process play out and find out exactly what happened in this incident. But it's a terrible look, and if these allegations are true, it's disgusting behavior, and he will be suspended. We don't know how long, or it's really muddy because he's not even under contract.
Right.
So this is a new kind of precedent to kind of get over, and we saw this huge run of second-round picks getting guaranteed money. Well, that's going to stop with him. I feel pretty confident in that. But it's at some point the players have to be accountable for their actions, and he'll have to take this punishment on the chin, and he'll have to learn from it. There's no guarantee that he will, but no matter what happens, put your best foot forward. And if this is the last time we hear of an incident like this, 6-7 years down the line, this won't be a thing. But if it's a continued behavior, he just won't be in the league very long.
So let's turn the attention to football. He was going to be a focal point of the running attack, at least I think so. What do you do now? What's the running back and run game look like as a result of this, do you think? Because even if he's found innocent, even if this goes away legally, the NFL has shown they will suspend a guy in those circumstances between 4 and 6 games.
Yeah, I'm with you. I fully expected him to be the workhorse of this committee. Now, I expected it to be a committee, but I expected him to probably see half the carries. This drastically impacts that. Now, we don't know to what degree because we don't know what the suspension will be. But this draws, this puts the onus on Dylan Sampson, on Jerome Ford, and possibly a third back that hasn't even emerged yet. So this is. And throughout the process, I was very high on Dylan Sampson. He was in the mock drafts that I did for the OBR that we discussed several on here. He was my running back of choice in the mid rounds. And when I got a chance to sit down with Daniel Jeremiah and ask him some questions, I asked him to give me some running backs in the draft class that really fit Kevin Stefanski's wide zone scheme. He gave me 5, and Judkins and Sampson were among those. So it's a good scheme fit, but is he a workhorse type? I don't see it in that light. So this is definitely going to be more of a committee, more onus on Jerome Ford, probably earlier in the season than we had anticipated when they drafted 2 rookies. So I still expect this to be a run-first team. Judkins' suspension hurts what I think could have been a special group and probably makes them average to slightly above average if the offensive line gels. But if that happens, I still expect this to be a run-first team that's probably in the top 12 to 14 teams in the league in rushing.
And keep in mind, Dylan Sampson was the SEC most valuable offensive player. So it's not like he's a little, he's not even slight. He's not as big as Judkins, but he is a feature back. So